Let's review my trading day. Today is Friday the 15th of December 2023, and as with every day, my initial task to do on the charts is to capture the high price for the previous day and the low price for the previous day, which is Thursday. This particular day, because the open and the high and low price for yesterday wasn't actually that much of a large difference, what I decided to do was also capture the high price for the previous day to that, which is the Wednesday. So it's just the high and low price for Wednesday, and that'll be in the orange highlighted line. Again, these aren't any way to give me an indication to enter a trade. They're purely for exiting a trade, so they'll be my take profit targets when I am entering a trade. One thing I do notice at the beginning of market open is that we are in this steady upwards channel. So if we can capitalize that by entering a trade at the bottom of that channel, we can then just ride that up until probably market open. So you can see we're at there pretty much in the middle of the channel, so that was cancelled. So we're just going to hold off a little bit longer and see if any opportunities come to us before the market opens. So as you can see, we've been very steadily on an upwards trend. We are now starting to see a pullback, and this is the point now where we'll probably want to open a trade for that long position. So as you can see now, we've marked that and we've opened it. It's a little bit out of the range that I wanted. I do want it to pull back a little bit more, but anything more would probably result in a reversal or a potential reversal. So my entry is quite weak, but I'm still confident purely for the fact that we have been in an upwards trajectory pretty much all night. So as we super speed time now, we can see that we're trying to generate that higher high. That failed, and we are trying to now go for a lower low, which again is failed. We've now got a triple bottom, I think that is. Yeah, it's either a double or a triple bottom. But eventually that trade does fall off for a negative 2-point loss. So we are now directly at the bottom of that channel, which is what I was waiting for anyway. So we quickly opened up 2 contracts for the long. It would have actually given us a fantastic start to the day, potentially even just finish the day outright, especially because yesterday was so poor in that 21-point market open value. But as you can see, the trade went against us again, so that now put us at a 7.25 loss for the day before market open, and there's quite high volatility coming into the market, which is just plummeting down and down. So this could be an early sign that the market is going to go potentially to a higher high. However, because of how volatile it was and how quick that market moved, I'm thinking to the downside towards market open. So just before market does open, I do open up a short position to try and capitalize further on those downside movements. Again, the trade pretty much went against me immediately, reversed a little bit, made a new lower low, and we kept this going all the way through market open, so we didn't even bother with the opening range. As the market did open, it did become clear that potentially we are in the right direction, but unfortunately we did fail to make a lower low after the market had opened. So you can see that the number of lines that I'm drawing on the chart, how nervous I'm actually getting. So this trade does eventually go against me, and I do recognise that the market is from the opening range play is going to actually be a long position. So I did read the market incorrectly, but I did get out of the trade, and I think it was for a 1-point loss. We did take that long position pretty much immediately, so we did basically switch, but that immediately went against me, which resulted in 11.25 loss for the day. So I'll wait for the pullback, because generally the market will try and retest that opening range. We capitalised on that, and we opened 2 contracts quickly. So now we are heading towards the upside to match yesterday's high of the day. But again, you can see how nervous I am just by the number of lines that I draw on the chart. I have found from reviewing my footage, the more anxious I do get, which did result in me closing the trade potentially too early, and that gave us a total profit and loss for the day at -4. So that was our first loss of the entire week. To be honest with you, that was probably the worst day that we had. We had some big wins at the beginning of the week. Monday, Tuesday was 10.5 points, 18.5 points. Wednesday was very small gains of 4 points and 1.5. But Friday was a negative gain of 4 points. So that gave us a total profit and loss for the week commencing the 11th of December. That's at 30.5 points, which for my first full week of trading, obviously it's paper trading, it's not live trading, it's not real trading. I'm not going to be putting my real capital at risk when I don't even know how to trade. But for a first week, I think that's absolutely fantastic. It's going to give me a lot of confidence going into next week, and hopefully we can keep that profit up and we can move into a trading combine to prove myself even further. But for now, have a good weekend everyone, and I'll see you next week.